Morning guys, so as you've just heard, we are going to take a look at Whole Lotta Rosie by AC/DC today. Great AC/DC song, one of my favourites, as opposed to the usual ones that you get banded around, like All Night Long for example. So something a bit different to play along with. It will teach you some couple of power chords, and a couple of open chords in there as well. So a good thing to sort of learn and practice along with. But as always, before we get into the lesson, don't forget to drop me a cheeky like and a cheeky subscribe here, and pop over to the Facebook channel. Join us over there as well for some giveaways and a bit of Q&As and what have you that we have going on over there. But for now, let's jump into the lesson. Let's see if we can learn something from Angus, shall we? Okay, so Whole Lotta Rosie by AC/DC. I'm going to be teaching pretty much all the song. We're just going to miss out the solos by Angus in this one. So we're going to cover the intro, main riff, main verse, bridge and chorus sections, which should give you pretty much the entire build-up of the rhythm guitar for this song. So just to start off with, we'll go over the tuning that's needed for the guitar. It's standard tuning all the way through. So from your low E string up here, it's going to be E, A, D, G, B, and E down here for your tuning, okay? I have turned my guitar just into the basic clean setting on the amp, just so, you know, there's no distortion going through so you can hear the notes I'm playing just that bit easier. So we won't have any issues coming through. But the basic start, the intro riff, will sound a little bit like this. Okay, so for that, all we're basically doing is going between frets number 3 and 5. Okay, so nothing too strenuous. What you're doing is you're starting open on string number 5 at fret number 3. Okay, so just string 5, this string here, as I say, at fret number 3, which is where we are at, which is obviously third fret down, 1, 2, 3 from the nuts. Okay, and you're just hitting that open, then the third fret on that 5th string, open again, 5th fret this time on the 5th string, open again, then 3rd fret, and then open again. So slowly you'll have this. Okay, that is the intro riff, okay? And that's the riff that continues throughout pretty much the main verse as well when we're doing the power chordy section. So as we go into that section, it'll come across something like this. Okay, so between, obviously that main opening riff, which is what we were just doing between 3 and 5, you're also going to be adding this nice little power chord we've got down here, okay? Now for this one, you're on the 2nd fret, okay, on strings number 4 and 3, okay, 4 and 3, that I'm on here, okay? And you're hitting strings number 5, 4, and 3 together, okay? Now, in terms of where your fingers need to be, you can either bar strings 4 and 3, or you can use 2 fingers, the strings 4 and 3, whichever you feel most comfortable with. I tend to bar going across, okay? You don't want to be getting that low E string in there, so if you can mute it with your thumb, or simply just avoid strumming it, okay? But all you're doing is you're going through your basic intro riff, and then from that section, we're going open, so we're literally just power chording 1, 2, open on those 3 strings, and then down again. Okay, nothing too strenuous in that intro and that verse section. And then we start to move into the bridge section before we move into the chorus, which will have it going Something along these sort of lines. And then we're into the chorus from there. So all we're doing is from that power chord that we've just learned as part of the main verse, we're moving into two other chords, okay? So once you've come off of that intro riff that we started in the verse, you're forming your power chord off of the first fret, okay? So this shape here, where my first finger is on my 6th string at fret number 1, and my ring finger is on strings 5 and 4 at the 3rd fret. Now you can use your little finger as well, just on string number 4 if you find it that bit easier. I just tend to bar it myself. So whichever one works best for you. And then you're hitting that twice. Sorry, make that 3 times. And then you're coming down to strings 2 and 3. Okay. Your first finger is on string 3 at fret 2. And your middle finger is on string 2 at fret 3. And you're hitting strings 4, 3, and 2. 3 times as well, okay? So just coming out of the verse, you'll have this. Okay, and then we're into the chorus, which sounds like this. Okay, so here we're adding 2 more chords before we do that final sort of interlinking section as we go back into a verse, okay? Now, for the adding those 2 chords to your chorus, all you're going to be doing is, excuse me, coming off of your chord that you just had here on strings 2 and 3 with your first 2 fingers. Move those 2 fingers to fret number 2 on strings number 4 and 3. Okay, strings number 4 and 3 at fret 2. And you're just hitting that twice. Okay. Now this is where we maneuver into what will probably be the trickiest chord in the song. This goes into a sort of C power chord here. Okay. So you're bringing your ring finger and your little finger onto fret 3. Okay. Your ring finger is on string number 2 at fret 3. So if I take those 2 away, you can see what I've done here. Right. Your little finger is on the first string at fret 3, so you have this shape. Okay, and your middle finger is then going to be, again, fret 3 at string 6, all the way at the top. But what you're aiming to do here is, whilst you're fretting that 6th string, you want to be muting string 5 underneath. Now, what you need to be looking for is to be able to feel string 5 on the meat of your finger. Okay, so you're aiming to feel string 5 sort of resting around here, okay? If you can feel that, it won't ring out, okay? But when you play all 6 strings down, you get that power chord noise just without that 5th string playing, which is the sound that we want, okay? So we're going from 2nd fret with the 2 fingers on strings number 4 and 3. Okay, so as I say, the song is just a couple of chords that you're going to need to learn. You're going to need to learn that power chord C that we've got here. You'll need to learn the one that I showed you at the 2nd fret. Okay, your power chord that we have here. Okay, that is really the only sort of chords that you need for the song. The rest of it is just 1 string stuff. As I say, you're going from that whole Okay, and then there's the other chords involved going through the section. As we come out of the chorus, he is literally just petering between frets 3 and 2 and 4 on the 6th string. So for that, it's middle finger. It's probably the easiest way to do it on the 3rd fret at string number 6. Then your 2nd fret with your 1st finger. Again, still string 6. Back to the 3rd fret with your middle finger. 2nd fret again. And then the 3rd again. And then up to the 4th. And then we're back into the verse. Okay, so if I just go over the chorus a bit slower for you, we'll go into the outro section and then back into the verse just so you can see. Okay, and those are your basic rhythm sections, basically, to the whole song. The intro just going between 3 and 5, as I mentioned. The main verse, which is 3 and 5, pretty much the same as the intro, just adding in that little power chord. Then you're going into the bridge. And then into the chorus. Okay, real simple song, but it's going to give you a good grounding on some new chords that you may not have already got, especially that sort of C power chord with a little bit of a mute involved. Most of you who follow me will probably at this point have a grasp of most of your open chords, G, C and D most definitely, probably your E's as well. I would imagine your A is also in there, as most people love to play A because it's nice and simple. So this will just add a couple of new things into your repertoire. It will teach you how to mute a string whilst playing. It's nothing too strenuous there. And, you know, you're going to get something new involved. And who the hell doesn't want to play a bit of AC/DC, eh? It's great at parties. It beats the hell out of playing Wonderwall all the time anyway. If you've got any questions, guys, don't forget to drop me some questions in the comments or even by message. I will try to answer any that are sensible. And any that I can, of course. I will be back midweek, as always, with another skills lesson. Don't forget, as always, to drop me a cheeky like and a cheeky subscribe. And I will, of course, come back with another song lesson next week. I'm not sure what we're doing as yet. Might throw it to a vote, but we'll go over that as well. In the meantime, in these mad times, folks, try and stay safe, look after each other, and I will catch you for another lesson in the week.